Hello, hello, Aries. Welcome to your February 2020 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Aries. And we have somewhat of a themed spread going on this month. I hope you enjoy it. I couldn't help but do pink and relationship cards for February. This isn't going to be explicitly a relationship reading, but I do have some relationship style cards on the table, so I hope you enjoy, and this will cover a little bit of everything. So I am going to go ahead and lay this out and then we will get started. But before I do that, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and you will get more readings from me every week and month. And other than that, if you are looking for a dealing with family meditation, go sign up for my newsletter and you can get that for yourself. It's totally free. And that's all that I've got for now. Let me lay this out and then we'll get started. Okay. So let's get started with the oracle cards. I have the Affirmators, love and relationships, but keep in mind this can apply to all varieties of relationships. So we have celebration. When I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the finger and celebrate their joy. When I do so, I'm rooting for the good guys, which means that I'm a good guy, and that means all of us win. Who wants to celebrate? Okay, the other thing that's coming up here, whether you be looking for friendships, romantic partnerships, business partners, keep in mind that if you are around a lot of people who have high quality relationships in their life, you're really, really close to the source. So jealousy isn't, while yeah, it's something that you need to work through, you can flip that narrative around. If you're around a bunch of people with healthy relationships, you know, you're close to that, like you're tapped into that market. If you're around people who have really tight friend circles, you're close to that. It's something that you're surrounded by, you're in the energy of it, and that is worth celebrating. And then we also have stillness is the key to success. I know this is kind of disruptive to the narrative that, you know, you have to be hustling and grinding and working in order to become successful. But a lot of the time without stillness, you're not able to properly or easily navigate what's sitting out in front of you. So make sure you approach the next steps in the month of February from a place of stillness and just getting centered within yourself. Now let's see what's going on in the central energy for you in February. We have the Star. This is fate, destiny. Things are already kind of mapped out. And this is you being divinely supported with whatever it is you're here to do. This is also trust in timing, knowing that things are clicking into place. If you're, the whole game here is embodying the right energy. By right, I mean whatever it is you're going after, whatever it is that you want. So the Star is helping you to identify that, stay in that energy, and then letting things click into place. The crossing energy is the 10 of Rods. Okay, so this is overwhelm, overextension, doing too much. We want to revert back into stillness if we get into this hectic, chaotic mode, which that Aries cardinal energy can really push you into overdrive and doing too much, right? Flooding yourself with masculine energy rather than trying to temper that with intuitive practices, right? Leaning into your intuition, trusting yourself, all of that can really help smooth out the bumps. So I'm getting the core message for you is if you feel like you need to do more, try slowing down instead and see how that works and what unfolds for you. You still take action, but try slowing down if you get into that 10 of Wands energy. What you have shifting out is the 7 of Pentacles. This is having really scattered energy. So I'm seeing this as you probably had a bunch of projects going on at the same time or doing a ton of stuff where you weren't really defining what it is concretely that you're after. And so now this is also where you can refine that. You can really put some parameters around what you're asking for. Define, define, define. That will help you in the month of February. The oncoming energy is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Now, this is one of two things. Either you implement some structure and you're moving along with all of the things you want to make happen. This is a career card. This can also be a person. If you're in need of a connection, if you're in need of, right, relationship, platonic, romantic, whatever, business-wise, this can represent someone coming into your space if that's what you're calling in. So this is dependent on what you've been asking for. I'll go ahead and clarify it just to get a bit more info. The Fool. So it's like, this is definitely new for you. I don't think this is going back to basics by any means. I think that the energy of the Fool is a new approach or a new beginning. It's a fresh thing that you're getting started on. So whether that be something that is regarding your own personal projects and the things that you're pursuing, that's one way that this could manifest for you. Otherwise, this is a new relationship, a new person. It doesn't look like someone you already know, just so you can kind of distinguish that for yourself. Okay, let's look at money. What's going on with money for you? We have the Six of Swords. So this is forward movement and progression. I think that you might feel as though things aren't moving fast enough. That's just kind of the curse of having Aries energy, right? And so this is just reminding you, you're moving. You are moving. You're getting to where you want to go. You don't need to push the flow of things. That's what the Ten of Rods wants you to do. That's that challenging energy sitting on top of the Star, because the Star wants you to be patient and understand that things are clicking into place. And I'm sure you guys are probably sick of hearing that. You're like, no, I want what I want and I want it now. The issue is that you want to look at this from the standpoint of you're constantly in the space of making progress. I think this is a matter of you're not giving yourself enough credit. So you could feel as though things are moving faster, but you have to celebrate every success, every win, every cent that comes into your space, and know that you are building and you're evolving through your financial and material pursuits. So that's what the Six of Swords wants you to know. And then this is relationships. Oh, Two of Cups. Beautiful. This would be a great month to date if you are looking for a partnership. Great time to set intentions, ask for exactly what you want, and explore chemistry. You know, the Two of Cups is a really fun card to play with. Enjoy the process, release desperation. And this is also a time to reconnect with people you do feel really strongly for, or that you're already in a relationship with. It's like prioritize date night. You know, that's the type of Two of Cups energy that you want to utilize. I'll clarify this one as well. Judgment. Decide, prioritize. Make it something. If you want to see someone come into your space, you have to decide first. You have to decide and become available for that thing. The Two of Cups is also, it's not something where connection is something that's just going to come. I think there's a sense of like busyness in February, and so this is saying you're going to have to prioritize it if you really want it. If you want more connection, if you want more healing with a partner, if you want all of that stuff, it starts with you making a decision to prioritize that. Now let's look at the advice for you in February. We have the Nine of Cups. Know that all things are possible. This is about challenging limiting beliefs, knowing that just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. I think a lot of the time we believe our brains way too much. And so a lot of this is just a story that you're telling yourself. And so you want to be extra conscientious of what you're telling yourself, what thoughts are coming up, are they true? Like, have you been told that directly to your face, or is it something that you're making up and you're assuming? So you want to use this to your advantage, because the Nine of Cups is saying it's infinite. Like, there's infinite possibility. And this is also wishes fulfilled, dreams coming true. But more so than that, I'm just getting that it's like what you desire is attainable. The only thing that's going to hinder you from getting that is if you have a negative story on repeat. You want to pivot that story and know that just because the story exists doesn't make it true. So you can move that out of your body. And then a new pattern or a new experience can emerge. And then this is what's on the horizon. The Magician. So this is kind of like a hee hee ha ha, I'm not going to show you card. And the reason being is we have that infinity symbol right up top. You know, you can see that right there. And it's saying all things are possible. That's what the Magician is known for. That's what the beautiful thing about being embodied on the planet brings, is the ability to create. So that's the good news, is that you can create it. So this is kind of putting the responsibility back on you. Like, okay, what are you asking for? This is what's on the horizon, but it's going back to what have you been doing? What have you been thinking? What have you been saying? What are all of the things energetically that you're pouring in to the situation? And that's going to show you what's going on. Now let's get into the timeline. This is the first quarter of February. 8 of Wands. Fun, fast-paced, expansion, alignment. It's just like things are moving and flowing. This is going to start off as a really great month for you. But remember, don't get caught up in the speed, because that can quickly evolve into the 10 of Rods, and we don't want to actually get to this place. We don't want to get to the place where we have so much going on, we're dropping things and forgetting things and putting ourselves on the back burner. So the 8 of Wands is saying, yes, things are moving a lot faster than I think you can see or perceive. Give yourself a little bit of time and space for yourself wherever necessary so that you can sustain this energy. It's going to fluctuate. Okay, but this is a really bright way to start off the month. It's like a big bang at the beginning of February. And then second quarter, we have the 4 of Wands. This is you feeling really comfortable. I'm just laughing at, you know, the cards I picked for this. I hope you enjoy the Tarot of Sexual Magic. That's what it's called, if you're wondering. But it's like feeling really comfortable and at home. Obviously, they're very comfortable to be doing this in public. So you can just think about it that way, where it's like, okay, I'm stepping into feeling at ease. I'm at ease in this energy, and really holding that information in your body is going to make it a lot easier for you to move forward in new, bigger, and better ways. Third quarter, we have the 10 of Wands. Yep, made an appearance again. Obviously, this looks really exhausting. It's hard to sustain that position for a long time. So I'm sorry, I can't help with the jokes. So again, we want to go back into stillness. We want to go back into giving ourselves some room for ease. But I'm also getting, you might just have a huge amount of pressure, like things are really coming to a head in that third quarter of February, where maybe there's a few deadlines that come up here, or there's a few projects that you need to crank out really quickly in this third quarter. So whatever the case may be, give yourself some stillness, give yourself the opportunity to create some space however you need to. And then the fourth quarter of February, we have the Knave of Swords. So this is equivalent to the Page of Swords. And I see this as exploration. Like, what is it that you've been wanting to explore more of? You know, reevaluate your goals and your intentions for 2020. I think this would be a good time to do it, because remember, by this time, you're already 2 months in to 2020. So it's a good time to evaluate. Don't be afraid to change your goals or change your intentions if there's something else you want to do or explore. It's not a bad thing. It's just a time to evaluate and then pursue those things, try those things out. Now we're going to do a 3-card pick. So you're welcome to ask a question, ask for clarity, guidance, whatever it is you're needing. Okay, card number 1. King of Swords. Okay, again, for those of you who are calling someone in, you might want to consider the King of Swords archetype. The reason being is that the King of Swords is really comfortable around being unconventional. This is that Aquarius energy, that breaking out of the status quo. That's what the Swords energy does for you. So I think you might be craving this energy, or this is something you want to step into yourself more than you normally would. Allow yourself to embody this, or you might find that this is someone who pops up in your space. And then card number 2, we have the King of Cups. Okay, so there is a lot of emotional mastery coming off of this card. Maybe, again, because you have 2 kings in the 3-card pick, these look like people. A lot of the court cards are either parts of ourselves that we're developing, or they're actual people that are coming into our space. So this is another way to think about that. It's either the emotional part of yourself is developing, or this is a part of yourself that is magnetizing the King of Cups to you. But the difference between these two, this one's an innovator, this one's emotionally mature, this one's really emotionally in tune and aligned. Card number 3, we have experience. I forgot what this one was for a second. It's the Chariot. So this is forward movement and feeling like the turbulence, the process of you smoothing out the bumps with this is going to be super beneficial for you. So just know that things will stabilize, or they're already stabilizing, but however you have been buffing and polishing your experiences is where you gain the wisdom. So allow yourself to kind of marinate in that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you did, go ahead, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you guys know I do cold psychic readings, which means I just do an energy check with you and answer all of your questions. There might be some tarot in there. All of the info is on onyxhealing.com, so go check that out. Or you can take a look at the links in the description box. And until next time, have a beautiful February, everybody. I am sending you nothing but love, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.